A more powerful variant is always welcome. It's amazing how from the same unit you can sort of eke out so much more power. Now, this new generation of the X3 arrived in January last year at the Auto Expo, but sales actually only began around April. So it's been in the market around 9 months. They've sold about 1,200 odd units. So it's done all right. It's done quite well. But there would have been some people who wanted a little more, or at least that's what BMW India marketing wants us to believe, and which is why you have this new variant. Now, what's new on it? The whole story is really more about the extra power. So that's the whole point of it. But with great power comes more features, design changes. Yeah, that's what happens. So you've got the blacked out grille. I mean, it's more like a grille element. You know, when the new generation came out, very polarizing face, but I really like these incongruous stripes of the grille. They were all done in chrome, so it was a little obnoxious for some people. And so the blacked out thing looks kind of nice actually. It's very different. You still have that whole lit up grille at night or whatever, the edging, which looks quite nice. They have a fancy name for it. The blacked out or slightly smoked out glass here for the head and tail lights accompanies that black look. All of this is part of what they're calling the M Sport Pro package, which has been introduced with the X3 for the first time. This also means wider and larger wheels, 20 inches on this as opposed to the 19 on the 20. That's the X320. Very confusing. Different alloy pattern and red brake calipers. That's a nice sporty touch as well, which gives that whole sporty credential an extra boost. Brooklyn Grey is this color. It's interesting. Now, you know, these kind of grays, they're considered sort of high-end. You've seen even cars from the Tata range now getting this kind of a treatment. It's true, a lot of people like it. The last generation of the X3, this color did really well. So they've brought it back with this one. There are some changes on the inside. Let's run you through those as well. BMW X3 xDrive 30 M Sport Pro. Whew, that is a mouthful. The cabin is more or less identical to the X320, barring a few subtle changes to go more sporty. The new SensorTech soft touch material on the dashboard and door pads, the seat belts and door sills with the M-colored stripes. You can also choose between espresso brown and calm beige interior theme colors. The feature list remains expansive with that panoramic glass roof, 360-degree camera, 3-zone climate control, a 12.3-inch virtual cluster, a 15-speaker sound system, multiple airbags, level 2 ADAS, and more. Wireless smartphone connectivity and wireless charging go without saying. Now, besides all these different features and the new look from the Pro package, you also get this, the selfie camera that's been sort of added in here. We've seen this, of course, from the 5 Series. It's been carried over. What it lets you do is to access the car remotely. This is for the inside. Of course, you have cameras on the outside with the 3D view that you can access here. But even remotely on the My BMW app, you go in there and you just go to the remote functions, go to remote cameras, and you can go ahead and get the outside or inside view. Why is this helpful? Well, the whole idea is that if you have sent your car off with a chauffeur, you want to make sure they've gone where you've told them to go. You can see the surroundings, refueling, whatever. It's also helpful when you have small children that are in the car, maybe without your supervision. This camera inside will let you track what's happening in the cab in real time. It sends you a 5 or a 10-second video that is real time. And from a safety point of view, it's a good thing to have. Of course, it's something you shouldn't misuse. The X330 nomenclature denotes the same engine block now makes way more power over the X320. 67 more horses is substantial. You also get 20 Nm more of torque. So it just makes the whole response that much quicker. The car is faster naturally than the 20 variant. So 1.5 seconds, you might not think is too much, but it's good to have. Besides that, it's also the sense of control that gets enhanced because overall, while the car feels kind of similar, despite the fact that it's faster and more powerful, it also has that enhanced sense of speed, a little bit of that urgency, which is nice to have. It also gets a little better sense of control. The fatter tires, especially wider at the back, good amount of control. It adds to the overall handling. One last thing, when you put the car into sport, it kind of comes to life and also sounds nice.
Ride quality remains pliant with the adaptive suspension on the X3. It's on the firmer side as you would expect on a BMW, but comfortable enough to tackle undulations with ease. You can dial up the stiffness in sport mode, especially when driving on good surfaces like this one. Handling is fantastic and more car-like. This is a BMW after all. It handles corners with sharpness, with no body roll. To give you the chills, those side-hugging seats help if you want to drive sporty. So the new X3 variant scores fairly big on the desirability quotient. The additional power elevates the experience, makes it more BMW-like. The rest is just superficial. The new variant launches days from now. It is expected to stay under 80 lakh rupees. The X3 model line has strong competition from the Mercedes-Benz GLC and to a lesser extent from the outgoing Audi Q5, Volvo XC60 and Land Rover Discovery Sport. The new X330 is going to help BMW bump up its share of this segment, being the newest car really in the competition. Though I have to say a 3-litre inline-six is still sorely missed.